Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. I'm coming to you from my home, hoping that the Wi-Fi stays on. Anyways, having a good day so far. Been doing a lot of work at home, so I like working from home because I can be with my kitty cats. It's nice to have that freedom to work from home. So I was looking through some information and I thought this might be an interesting topic to talk about, and it's about hormones and how they affect our weight, because they do have an effect on our weight, especially when things are out of balance, which I think for the majority of us, our hormones are kind of out of balance. It's kind of hard to avoid that with all the things that we're exposed to. Hey Stephen, how's it going? So I'm going to make this into a three-part series so that I don't have to talk about everything all at once and be gabbing away here for too long. So I'm going to just talk about three today, and it's three that you're probably a little more familiar with: insulin, cortisol, and estrogen. So looking at how these affect our weight. So the first one I'm going to talk about is insulin. So this is the hormone that shuttles blood sugar into the cells to either be used as energy or to be stored for later. So it's a very important hormone. We need that. It also tells fat cells to store fat and actually prevents fat from being broken down. So when your body's producing insulin, it's preventing your body from breaking down fat at that point. Hey Ange, how's it going? So the problem comes when your body is constantly producing large amounts of insulin. And this happens when you're eating diets that are high in sugar, particularly in refined sugar, and eating a lot of fast foods and that kind of thing. So the problem is when your blood sugar is chronically high, causing your body to produce more and more insulin. And then what happens is your cells actually become resistant to the insulin, so your body needs to produce more and more. And when this happens, this can lead to problems such as type 2 diabetes and obesity as well. So not a good situation to be in. And this is something that we have quite a bit of control over because we can adjust our diet to bring those insulin levels back to a normal level. Hey Andrea, hi Jennifer, hi Jay. Glad you guys are here. So what can you do? So obviously you want to minimize sugar. So look at how much sugar you're actually consuming, and really look at the labels of things that you're eating as well, because sugar is in a lot of things you wouldn't expect it to be in. So you'll find sugar in some breads, in canned soups and condiments, salad dressings. So really read your labels carefully. If you're eating fast food, you're definitely getting sugar in the food that you are eating. So you want to cut out or minimize sugar. I know sometimes we kind of give in to our cravings and have some, but if you're minimizing it, that's going to really help the problem. If you're eating it every day, like I used to, like every meal I had some kind of form of sugar with it, that's where you run into problems. That's where you start putting on weight and you can't take it off and you're frustrated and you don't know why, and it's because your insulin levels are all out of whack. Another thing you do is cut down on carbs, so stick to minimally processed carbs. So a low carb diet is good. I'm not saying no carbs. I would never say no carbs because our bodies require carbohydrates. We have to have those. But stick to like vegetables, a moderate amount of fruit, and then grains that have been minimally processed, such as brown rice, quinoa, and steel cut oats. If you like oatmeal, go for the steel cut oats. Don't go for those quick cooking ones, because those have been processed to death, and they're gross. They just wreak havoc in our body. And the sad thing is that a lot of foods that you would think are healthy, if they've been overly processed, it's just as bad as eating, sugar. So if you're eating those quick cooking oats, the effect it's having on your blood sugar, it's going to spike your blood sugar. Insulin starts flooding out, and you end up with the same issues as if you were actually eating sugar. So you got to really make sure that you're eating whole foods that haven't been all messed up. Increasing protein and eating natural, healthy fats. So you got to have those fats in your diet. The really healthy fats are really important for our body to work properly. And actually eating fats will actually help your body burn more calories. It makes your body work properly. So by healthy fats, I'm talking about like olive oil, avocado, nuts and seeds, fatty fish, and actually omega-3 fats, such as those found in fatty fish, have actually helped to lower fasting insulin levels. So good stuff to include in your diet. And the other thing about protein and healthy fats is that they make you feel more full, and you don't feel like you need to eat all the time. And they also really help with cravings. So if you're finding that you're craving carbohydrates a lot, or if you're finding even that you're craving stuff like alcohol a lot, look at your diet. And if it's really low in protein, that could be the problem. And just by increasing your protein, you could actually get rid of those problems. If you ever want me to look at your diet, if you're not sure if you're eating healthy or not, I'm more than happy to look over your diet. So just keep a food diary for about 3 days minimum, and really detailed, and send it to me. You can email it to me. If you want to do that, just drop me a comment and I'll give you my email address, and I'll look over that and tell you what I think about what you're eating, and maybe I can help guide you in the right direction if you're having issues. The other thing to help deal with insulin is exercising regularly. So, of course, I'm going to suggest that. So when you do cardio, your body uses up glucose for energy. So, you know, that's something that's going to be important in keeping your insulin levels in check. And also muscles use glucose. So having more muscle on your body means that you're going to be using more glucose. So you need to have a healthy balance of cardio and strength. And then that will help to keep your insulin levels more normal. So the next hormone, cortisol, and I think we're all kind of familiar with that. We've heard about cortisol, and I think most of us know it as the stress hormone. Hey Joe, how's it going? So our bodies produce cortisol in response to stress. So if you're living a high stress lifestyle, you've probably got a lot of cortisol being produced, which is going to mess with your ability to lose weight for sure, and it can also lead to overeating. And not only a stressful lifestyle, but a really low-calorie diet can cause your body to release more cortisol, because a low-calorie diet is really stressful on your body. So you might think it's working because it works quickly, you lose weight quickly because you're eating very low calories, but what's happening while you're losing that weight is your body's producing more and more cortisol, and in the end it's going to backfire on you, and you'll end up gaining that weight back plus more, and you'll have a really hard time losing that again, and I know from personal experience. So you want to try to keep your cortisol levels at a good level. Oh, thanks, Joe. Just shared with 2 people who have been asking about exactly this. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys feel free to share this with people. I love it when people share. So what to do to keep your cortisol levels under control? Well, eat a balanced diet. So making sure that you're getting enough carbs, healthy carbs, protein, and healthy fats, and making sure you're getting enough calories. If anyone tells you that you need to be eating 1,200 or less, that's a big red flag. That's not good. 1,200 is like the minimum amount of calories to sustain a female that is sedentary, so a female who doesn't work out at all. So if you're going 1,200 or lower, your body's not going to like that, and it's going to start producing cortisol, and then you're going to start putting on weight, and then you're going to get cravings, you're going to start overeating, and it's just a vicious cycle. So low-calorie dieting, not a good idea. And I used to do that all the time when I was younger, and it never worked. It would work temporarily, and then things just got ugly after that. Another way to deal with your cortisol level is to learn to relax, and this is tough, I know. We've got a lot going on in our lives. We tend to really kind of get up in our heads and get really stressed out, but you need to carve out some time every day just to relax a little bit. Hi Eleanor, how's it going? So even if it's just like 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to yourself. So go into a room and be by yourself. And you could use this time to meditate if you're into meditation. I've tried so hard to be into meditation. I can't do it. My mind starts to wander. So that's not a good way for me to relax. I get stressed out because I'm not meditating right. So that's not good for me, but it might be good for you. You could use that time to read a few pages of a really good book you're enjoying. So personally, I love personal development books. So I spend my little relaxation time listening to one of my audiobooks or reading one of my books, and when it's sunny outside, I go out and I sit in that sun and I enjoy my book. I love it. You could also use that time to spend with your pets. So studies have shown that when you hang out with your furry friends, your stress level actually does go down. So spending time with your pets and just enjoying that. So just try to take that little time away, something that relieves stress for you. Maybe it's even like going onto Facebook and just going through the newsfeed on Facebook. Maybe that helps to take your stress away. So whatever works for you, make sure you give yourself at least 5 to 10 minutes a day. I mean, you know, ideally longer, like half an hour to an hour. Just have some of your own time to just relax. Hey, Stephane, how's it going? And another one that's been proven to really help with mood and stress levels is listening to music. So music is very powerful. So it can calm you down, it can make you happy, you know, it can take you back to a place that you really loved being. Like, music is just amazing. So put together a playlist of your favorite songs. Listen to it on your commute to and from work, or, you know, while you're working out, or while you're cleaning, or whatever it is. Try to listen to music whenever you can. I'm so fortunate in that part of my job is music, so I use music when I teach my classes. The music guides the class, so I get to pick out music that I love and use that in my classes, and that really helps with my stress level. So it really does make a difference. So try using music to calm yourself down and relax. And then getting enough sleep. So that's a big one. So I'm still terrible at it. I try so hard. And for some reason, whatever, I do my best. And the next thing I know, it's like 11:30 at night, and I've got to get up at 4 in the morning. I'm just like, damn it. So I'm still working on that. They recommend 7 to 9 hours a night. So, like, you know, getting it for myself, I often get between 4 and 5, which is not good, which is probably why I keep falling asleep on the couch and waking up, you know, like 2 hours later going, holy cow, that was a long nap. So you really do need to get that rest. Hi, Amy, how are you? So a good way to kind of do that is to come up with a bedtime ritual that gets your mind and your body ready for sleep. So whatever that might be for you, maybe turning all the electronics off, turning the TV off, reading a book, or just having a relaxing few moments, and just kind of let your body calm down. And try to go to bed and get up at the same time every day if you can manage to do that. If you can't, shooting for that 7 to 9 hours is the next best thing, so getting enough sleep. And then the third hormone that I was going to talk about is estrogen. And that's the female sex hormone, so females have more of it, but men do have some, just like women do have some testosterone. So when it's in proper balance, estrogen is a great thing. But when levels are too high, or even when they're too low, that can actually cause you to cause your weight to fluctuate. So when it's really high, that's known as estrogen dominance, and it can cause toxic fat gain in the form of visceral fat, which is your belly fat. So that's the dangerous fat. You don't want to be gaining fat in your belly because it literally strangles your internal organs. So that's the dangerous fat. If you notice that you're putting on belly fat, you really gotta, you know, get serious about getting that off so that you're not destroying your health. So what can you do about estrogen? This is a tough one because we are exposed to estrogen in some of the things that we consume. So I got to kind of watch that. I did a post on this a while back on estrogen dominance. It'll be in the blog somewhere if you want to go back and look for that. Interesting stuff, kind of scary. So what are some things that you can do to help not get into that point where you're experiencing estrogen dominance? So diet is important. You want to get plenty of fiber. So make sure that you are getting enough fiber. If you're not sure, you can use apps. There's so many apps there to keep track of everything that you're eating. I use MyFitnessPal. I started using that because for my competition I have to eat a certain number of macronutrients, and I have to kind of keep within those levels. So I started using MyFitnessPal. It's awesome. I love it. Love it so much. It's so handy, so easy to use. I definitely recommend it. It also keeps track of how much fiber I'm eating. And I do pretty good on that one. I'm usually over the level that I need, so I'm getting enough fiber. Also including lots of cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower. Some of you are probably going, ooh, gross, but they're good. They're really good. Broccoli in hummus is really awesome. So I talked about hummus the other day, and that's a good dip for your cruciferous vegetables if you like. And then the other one is exercise. So exercise helps to reduce estrogen both in pre and postmenopausal women. So doing your regular exercise, and not just cardio, and don't go overboard with it, because if you're doing like a ton of cardio and that's it, and you're going overboard, you're causing stress in the body. It's not going to help you at all. It's going to cause more cortisol to be released. It's going to just keep you stuck in that frustrating spot where you're trying to lose weight and you're not having any luck. So you want a good balance of cardio and strength training, and especially for us women, as we're getting older, we need to strength train. And I'm not talking about, light weights doing 50 reps. I'm talking about heavy weights, doing from like 5 up to 10 reps sort of things. Like, go for those heavy weights. Don't be scared of them. You need that muscle on your body. It's not easy to put on muscle. You're not going to bulk up just from lifting some heavy weights. Women who you see who are bulky, they are on a specific program that supports that. They are doing a ton of work, more than a normal person would do, and they're probably using supplements and foods to also support that kind of building. So it's not an easy thing to do. It's not just going to happen. It's something that you would have to be purposely working towards. So don't worry about bulking up. It's just so important to have that muscle. It keeps your body moving properly, keeps your metabolism running better, keeps your hormones more in balance. So if you need some help with strength training, you guys, I can help you out. So just message me if you want some help. So that's the 3 for today, and then tomorrow I'm going to talk about leptin, ghrelin, and neuropeptide Y. So I wasn't even familiar with that one, so interesting stuff. So we'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. I got to run, get back to the studio. Hey James, how's it going? So again, if you have any questions, leave a comment. You can message me if you want to. I'm always happy to talk. Have an awesome evening, guys. Talk to you soon.